In the last session, we have seen how to use different types of operators. In this session, we will see grouping the results based on some of the functions which are available, such as count, max, min, average, and sum. So these are the functions which can group the results. And also, we can use distinct keyword, which is again used with the group, so that we can get the distinct values whenever we group them, whenever we group the results. Okay, so we will take a look at group by function as well. So group by function will group a particular result set based on the column specified after group by keyword. And we will also take a look at ordering the result set based on the column values by using order by keyword, either in ascending or descending order. Okay, so what I have done here is I have added few more rows into the employee table. Okay, earlier we had only 3, so I have added about 10, and with the different salaries, different date of join, grade, and department, and different address as well. Okay, so let us first start with the grouping functions such as count, max, min, average, and sum. So let me open up a new query here. So select count staff on employee. Okay, so let me execute this. So what it says is count all the rows. So what this says is count all the rows from employee table. So there are about 10 rows. So we can also specify the condition here by using where clause, where suppose I want to see how many of the employees are in grade SD1. Okay, so where grade is equal to SD1. Okay, so there are 2 of them with grade SD1, that is Jack and Anne. Okay, so we can make use of equals to, greater than, all those operators which we talked about, less than or greater than, if you want to select based on the salary. Okay, so what we have done here is we have used the grouping functions along with the different types of operators. These are conditional operators, right? Okay. The second one is we will take a look at max. Okay. Okay, select max of. So what I want to do is I want to get the maximum salary row from this particular employee table. Max of salary from employee table. Okay, so the maximum salary is 10,500. So if I want to get the name of the person as well as the salary, so select, and you can specify the column name, which is name and address, for example. So name, comma, address, comma, max salary. Okay. Okay, so we got this particular error. So that is column employee name is invalid in select list because it is not contained in either an aggregated function or group by clause. So this is what we are going to look at next after this. So whenever you specify multiple columns, then you need to group them by particular columns, so which we will take a look later. Okay, so for now I'm going to go back to this aggregate functions. Suppose say I want to select the min value here. Select min salary from employee. Okay, so the minimum salary is 3,500. So 3,500 is the salary for Lucy as well as Anne, and here we are displaying only one particular value, which is min of salary. So how to display these two names, so we will take a look next whenever we deal with group by. Okay, the next one is average. Okay, select average salary from employee. Okay, the average salary is 5,475, which is sum of all these divided by 10. Okay, the next one is we will take a look at sum. Okay, select sum of salary from employee. Okay, so if you look at the sum of the salary, it is 54,750. So if you look at the average salary, 5475, which is sum divided by total number of records, which is 10. But is this correct value, the average salary? Because the salary here is repeated. For example, 3,500 is also repeated, and 5,500 is also repeated, and 6,500 is also repeated. So is this the actual average salary? No. So in that case, what we can do is I can take this average salary and I'm going to add distinct here. Okay, distinct is another keyword wherein it will fetch the unique records. So in this case 5,000 is repeated, so we will get only one 5,000, and for 3,500 there are two records, so it will take only one, and by doing that it will fetch the average. Okay, so let us look at this average now. Okay, the average is now 5,617. So if I look at this average, it was 5,475. Okay, so let me do this. Yes. And execute only these two. Okay, the first one is 5,475, the second one is 5,607. So is this the average? No. Since there are multiple rows with the same salary, we will get a different value when we average it out. So this should be our actual average. So that is where the distinct will come into picture. And distinct will give only the distinct values and then takes out those values and average is set out. And this is our average salary of the employees. Okay, so now we will take a look at group by functions. Earlier we were trying to add the name and, for example here, earlier we were trying to add name and address, right? So we got some error which says employee name is invalid in the select list because it is not contained in either an aggregated function or group by clause. So here we want to group them group by, and we can specify columns here. Group by name and address. Group by name and address. Select this and execute now. Now you can see the name and the address and the maximum salary. Okay, group them by name and address. So if you look at this result, we are grouping them by name and address. So no name is similar. Okay, they are all different. But if you look at address, there is California which is repeated. If I want to get the maximum salary based on these groups, okay, for example, there is California which is repeated. So if I want to get based on the address, then the California should give me only 5,500. But since all others are unique, then it should have all the values. So if I want to get that, I have to remove this and then remove this, because that is not part of the aggregated function now. Now if I run this by removing name, now we had 10 records, so now we have only 9 records. Now if I look at California has got only 1 record, and the maximum salary there is 5,500. So earlier we had one with 3,500 and the other one is 5,500. Now it has aggregated based on this particular address. So that means it has grouped them and aggregated the salary. Okay. Suppose if I want to aggregate by name as well as address, so what I have to do is I have to add another row in here. I have to add another row. So let me see. Okay, I have Lucy from Texas. I will add another employee called Lucy. For that I will copy the query. Yeah. So here what I will do is I will add another employee with the same name, for example Lucy, and she is from Idaho, and SD2 as well as 1 and 4.750 and 10. Okay, I have inserted one more row. Now we have 11 rows. Now Lucy is also. So there are duplicate names with Lucy here, and we can also use them in our order by. So now if I look at, select name and address and group them by name and address, I should get, if you look at this result now, what happened here is, since we are grouping them by name and address, the name and address is not common for Lucy, even though the name is same, but they belong to different address. One is Idaho, the other one is Texas. Let me add another one. In this case, I will add Jack. Okay, so I will add Jack. And he's also from New York. SD3, and he belongs to department 2, and so that's 5750-2019. Okay, so let me add this. Now if I go back and rerun this, I still get 11 records. Now we have 2 persons with the same name and address. So now they are grouped. So it is very important whenever we use aggregate function, we make sure that we group them by whatever the column which we need to fetch the correct results. So now we'll see order by. So select start from employee. Okay, so if you look at this, by default it orders them by ID. Suppose if I want to order them by name. Okay, so then order by name. Okay, now if I look at this, execute. Now we see that it is ordered by name. So we can add multiple columns here, and they will order them based on whatever the columns we have specified after order by. Okay, if I execute this, okay, if you look at Lucy, since the first order is by name, there are 2 persons whose name is Lucy, and then it orders by address. So if you look at address, then this comes first with I and T next. Okay, so by default it is ascending. So either you can specify ascending here. If you don't specify, it is ascending. So there is no change here, but you can also specify descending by providing DESC at the end. Okay, now if you look at this, Lucy from Texas is in the beginning, and Lucy from Idaho is next. Okay, so you can order them by ascending or descending. Okay, hope this is clear. If you have any queries, you can always post a comment and I will get back to you.